So, because I can't plan a video to save my life, I started on part 5 already while I was recording part 4. And so, yeah, I ran out of space and had to delete my little intro video. So, welcome to part 4 and enjoy my massive amount of montages again because that seems to be all I can really do for you guys. Enjoy! So normally I wouldn't do any sort of like unboxing of parts, but this tune-up kit kind of impressed me. I mean, first off, I'm going to have to cut all the plug wires out. But it came with this. There's stickers to number the plug wires. And of course some dielectric grease. These, which I probably will not end up using. And then of course you got your cap, rotor. Yeah. Gotta say, I'm actually impressed with that. It's where's the part number? That before anybody says anything, I got this off Rock Auto on, I think, that one of their wholesale closeout deals. So this only ended up costing me like 15 bucks. But yeah, I don't want to hear anybody complain about, oh, it's not name brand or it's cheap or whatever. This is a 200,000 mile motor. Okay. It is going to get cheap parts to get it running, so I have something to go. But eventually it will get the nicer parts once the cheap parts fail. So, I was looking for the plug-in for my AC compressor. Didn't see this one. I thought, hey, I saw it in the back. It must be the one in the back. Let's take a good look at that. Okay? Compared to that. Or hold on. Here, I can get them. side by side. Maybe. I don't know about you, but those look like the exact same plug. I mean, obviously this one's meant for the compressor since it's up here. Come on. I know I can do it one-handed. There we go. There's that. But now I'm curious. What does that go to? Yeah, well. Oh, yeah, and then I came in this morning. So I came in this morning and went to go crawl underneath because, I mean, my drive line's in there and I was going to put my drive line on until I saw this. And my first thought was, I only saw the gas tank. I'm like, oh, fucking great, I'm leaking gas. Took a big whiff. I don't smell gas. Where the hell is that coming from? So I get to investigating. And it turns out I had a full bottle of brake fluid in here that just for whatever reason I can't figure out the reason why, but for whatever reason it broke open. Yeah, so that that was a lovely surprise this morning. And then of course tore the interior out, cleaned it all up. No longer smells like mouse in here. By the way, these things work pretty damn well for mouse smell. Just a gel, leave it open. Yeah, that's the interior torn out. I gotta put my shifter back in. Some other fun little stuff. Put at least this plate back on because, yeah, my dash is a typical Dodge dash. So that's lovely. What else? Yeah, just slowly get them pieced back together. My center console was interesting to get out because I had this held down with carriage bolts, and in all of my infinite wisdom, oh hey, got a new resident in here. But in all my infinite wisdom, I cut slats for these boards to go in, but I didn't let it pass through so I could actually pull it out. So I took my seal puller and just started pulling up on it. But anyway, these were little slots for all my tool cases that I could just set them in here and have a nice little bit back there, and yeah. Then a little gate latch to hold it. But yeah, so there's that. And of course, got to clean these seats up a little bit yet, because yeah, they're kind of disgusting. But took me about 45 minutes to find all 4 of them screws, and yeah, they were set in the old compressor, because this one is the compressor off my 6-cylinder. And I figure, hey, this one's probably going to be in better shape, because even though it's been set open, it'd been set open in the bed of my pickup, which has a shell over the top, so hopefully that kept all the nasties out of it. Nasty as in rust. But all the plug wires are in. I got to tighten down the distributor. Hook up, or finish bolting the transmission up, because it's just loosely bolted in. once the transmission's bolted in, I'll throw the starter on. I need to figure out what went here for those two, which it's still hooked up to my 6-cylinder, so it should hopefully be the same. Hook the starter up, put some fresh gas in it, and yeah, crank it over and hope it starts. So anyway, I'm going to finish buttoning up. Oh yeah, and then also put the alternator on too. But I'm going to finish buttoning this all up and again, and enjoy my montage. I'm going to be honest, I should pull out the interior every single time I want to do something underneath the dash, because this is so much nicer than having to lay underneath the, or in front of the seat trying to get everything to fit correctly. This part. You know, I would really like to know why this was pulled loose, because they were only hanging on by like, oh, I don't know, half a thread or so. Yeah, I'd say that's in there a little better. Gotta be careful of these seat studs, otherwise I'm gonna stick my back directly on one of them. That's not a knife. That's a knife. Or no, how'd that go? That's not a knife. This is a knife. And that is a clutch pedal to the forehead. There is that jumble of wires out. No idea what that goes to. That, I guess that was just vampired into that guy. So that can be cut. You are vampired into that. That's a fucking park brake. Where's this black wire go? Into that. Yeah. We could probably just let you go where? There, so you can come out. Weight reduction. Also, those two black wires I saw coming out of my fuse box off the side, they went to a button that goes up in here. That I can probably wire a whole lot better, but that went to the starter wire, or I guess the start relay. So basically, these two wires would bypass this entire key switch here so I could just go and crank the starter, which I'll probably end up doing because that just helps prime that oil pump. So we'll leave those off to the side here. Other than that, it's pretty well plug everything in, hook everything up, pray to God it all goes together smoothly. There. Just had to straighten you out a little. You're not in the right spot, so you're going to have to... There we go. Let's see it. Around back side of here. Oh, here we go. You just clipped into there. You get pushed into. There, like that. New on top. Bang and bang. Alrighty. That's an issue. So, right here's the 6-cylinder version. It's got that little ball there. Whereas if we zoom in here, right there you see I have two little flanges like, oh wow, like right here. I need it like that. So now I'm not putting the 6-cylinder one on because I doubt the 6-cylinder one will be correct. And unfortunately, I know the throttle cable on the 8-cylinder got cut. So there's really no way I can just grab the throttle cable and switch it over. What is the difference between the two of these? Okay, so I am just going to take these, or this intake off, or throttle body off, and I'm just going to measure them, because if they're both exactly the same, then I don't see what the difference would be. Because Google is saying that the 8-cylinder, I mean, obviously is going to be putting out or letting in more air, but measuring the openings of these holes as best I can from outside to right here, I guess the inner diameter of that, they're both measuring 2 inches. And that's caliper 2 inch, not eyeball 2 inch. So I mean, I don't see what the difference could be. Because I mean, if I'm gonna switch it over, I'm gonna put all the V8 sensors on there. Because it may just be a sensor difference. Which, if it is, hey, cool little hack. You can use 6-cylinder stuff on an 8-cylinder. But I don't know. It just, even just eyeballing it, it doesn't look that different. Like, I don't know what the difference is, or if it's literally just the sensors. But even if it's not the sensors, or even if it doesn't work, I guess on the plus side, I'll be taking the intake or throttle body off to clean it. So I'll at least know the air going in will be okay or clean or whatever you want to call it, and clean up the sensors too, and yeah. Of course, this means I'm going to have to get a gasket because I wasn't planning on this. But oh well. Otherwise, the other thing I'm going to try is see if I can't just switch out the arms between the two, because everything lengthwise matches. And it looks like it's just a rod that goes straight through that you screw your little butterfly flaps to. Ooh, and she is kind of crusty. Oh, hey! Would you look at that? That, my friends, would be a crack in the gasket. As I go to show, and it just all starts falling apart. So I guess, yeah, right here there's a small crack. Right there was a crack. 2 cracks in it. So yeah, I guess good thing I pulled this off. And that's just like plastic. Doesn't want to come off all at once either. It just wants to break off in pieces. Have any cleaning devices left? I have 1 cleaning device left. Now let's gouge the shit out of this. Oh, bad idea. Just blew some of that carbon grit, whatever you want to call it, directly into my eye. Okay, the undersides. Look like these intakes are bigger, yeah, so let's see. 1.6505 versus 1.9655. So that is bigger. Damn. Okay. Is rod width's the same? $389. $389. Awesome. What about length between the two? What? Screw that. It's in the way. We are $38335. Get off there. $41350. So that ain't gonna work. Well, shit. That's unfortunate. Okay, well, I guess that's where, yeah, that's, I guess, where I'm going to possibly call it. I'm going to call my local buddies over at the O'Reillys and see if they got a throttle cable for me and an intake, or a throttle body gasket. Don't know where my cleaning device went. So, yeah, yeah. Okay, so some unfortunate news. I have to wait till Monday till I can get the throttle cable in, which really isn't too big of a deal. So come Monday, I will have pretty much everything I need to get this thing up and running. Yeah, I was kind of hoping that 6-cylinder intake would work, but with it being like a 1/4 inch smaller, I probably shouldn't. So, for right now, I guess we're going to watch a quick montage of me putting the interior back in, and that's what we're going to call it for this episode. So, thanks again for tuning in for part 4, and we'll see you in part 5 of probably 10. Not really. We'll probably be done around part 7 or so. But anyway, thanks for tuning in, and here's the montage.